Objective for today, I can solve systems of linear equation by substitution. Let's read it together. 1, 2, 3. I can solve systems of linear equation by substitution. Now, we don't need a FAIR model because by now we know what systems of linear equations are. Is that correct? All right. Think about the definition for systems of linear equation in your own words. Tell your neighbor a definition for systems of linear equation, please. Go. All right. I heard Pamela said 2 or more equations with the same variable. Would you agree, something like that? Yeah, that sounds doable. All right. So yeah. So our FAIR model had something like that. The set of 2 or more linear equations, same variables. Gave you guys example, non-example. Hashtag. All right. And then since we are in the second semester, now we're going to start filling in our summary section. So go down to the bottom where the Cornell notes in your summary section. The line right above that, write that question, please. Everybody looking at me, what? The summary section at the bottom of your Cornell notes, it's a big rectangle. The line right above that, write that question. It says, what's the most important step in solving a system of equations using the substitution method? Copy that. 20 seconds. All right, everybody got it? Okay. At the top of your notes, you're going to write steps. And once again, at the end, we're going to collaborate so that we can come up with steps for what the process is today in regards to solving by substitution. Okay? All right. Okay, turn your paper over once again, and the back part of your Cornell notes, we're going to need plenty of space. So from the way at the top, I want you to write example Q, solve the system by substitution, and the system given is negative x plus y equals 1 and 4x plus y equals 6. Copy that? Yes. Oh my goodness. All right, for those of you that already finished copying, go to Desmos and find me the solution to that one before we get started. Desmos.com. Yes. I'll give you some time to do that. Hurry up, please. Act like tomatoes. All right. Hands if you got a solution for me. Okay. Risa M, what'd you get? One, 2. Hands if you got that. That is correct. Solution is 1, 2, where the 2 lines intersect. Your graph should look something like this. Yes? Maybe not zoomed in or zoomed out as mine. Similar? Yes? All right. So, now that we know what to do for tonight, not fortnight, tonight, close your iPad. I'm going to go over the entire process. Please, pretty please stay focused. Here we go. So I'm not going to need the solution because I'm going to use that to check at the end. However, I am going to write here check because that's always our last step. Okay? Close your iPad, please. Writing utensils down. Okay, here we go. Please, please stay focused. Here it goes. Think aloud. It says, solve the system by substitution. Okay, I know how to solve this system by graphing because I did that yesterday. However, they're asking me to do using a different method called substitution. The word substitution tells me that I need to substitute something in there. Do they give me anything else to substitute? No. They only give me 2 equations. Writing utensils down, please. Therefore, if they only give me 2 equations, The only thing I can think of is start doing something with one of them. Step 1. Are we okay up to step 1? Okay, let me continue. Step 2, focus, please. Okay, you already used the first one. Now I'm going to go to the second one. That was step 2. Okay, I'm going to stop to think aloud before we continue. And don't copy anything, please. I want you to go back to the first step and talk it over to your neighbor up to step 2. What happened, please? Go. Okay. Here we go. Writing utensils down. You still are not copying. We'll copy at the end. Right now we're just understanding the process. Look up to the screen. Step 3. You got it? Okay. Step 4. Step 5. Let's go. Talk it over to your neighbor from step 3 and on. Let's see if you can finish off the explanation for the rest. All right. So, before I do the recap, copy that. I'll give you 2 minutes. Use your colors, please. Copy that. Go. All right, here we go. Focus, please. All right. So, quick recap before I do the last step. It says, solve the system by substitution. Okay, step 1, you guys notice what I did to the first equation, yes? Step 2, I went this way up to right here. What would you call that step? Step 2. Substitute. That is correct. That's why this is called what? Substitution method. From there, step 3, We solve. Step 4, what would this step called again? Substitute again. That's why this is called what? Substitution method. And then I solve, and then I write my coordinate for step 5. Step 6. Check. Do we know how to check this? Yes, I write my two equations side by side. Negative x plus y equals 1, and 4x plus y equals 6. However, what value do I use for x? And for y? So 1, 2. 1, 2. See how easy that is? Like 1, 2. Bring down the minus, the plus, equal 1. What is negative 1 plus 2? Is 1 equal to 1? Yes, that's true, but it has to be true for both. So I'm going to go with the next one. Bring down the 4, but its multiplication here, plus 2 equals 6. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2. What is 4 plus 2? Is 6 equal to 6? Yes, that's true. Now that I know that is true for both, what do I write underneath the coordinates? Solution. Let's go. Yes? Okay. No. All right. Show me with your fingers from 1 to 5 how comfortable you are so far with the first example. No, numbers 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. How comfortable you are with it. I got some 4.5, 5.5, 3s, 4s, 4.5, 2s, 3.5. Some of you need a Manny. All right, so 4, 5, 4, 5. All right? All right. Now that we did one together, we're going to do another one. So underneath that, I want you to write example super Q. Example super Q. Don't write the instructions because you already have them, and it says solution. Solve the system for by substitution, and the system is the set of x plus 2y equals negative 1 and x minus y equals 5. Just copy it. Don't do anything else. I need to give you a quick prompt to see if you see what I see. Be nice. Okay, writing utensils down. Look up to the screen. Focus, please. Here it goes. Look up to the screen. Now, if I was to be at home, the first thing I would do is go to decimals, substitute these in there, and get the solution, right? But for right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go straight to solving this. But before I do the first step, let me recap what we did on the previous. Look up, please. Let's see. On the previous, I used... Stay focused, please. Focus, please. On the previous, I used the first equation, and I solved for y. Some of you thought of it as slope-intercept form. Okay. Look at this one. Don't write anything down, but in your noodle, think. What would be the first thing you do on this one? Don't say it out loud. Keep it to yourself. What would be the first thing you do for this one? Okay? So now, let's see. Some of you said or thought, I'm going to use the first equation and solve for y. Some of you said, I'm going to use the second equation and solve for y. But look what I'm going to do. Okay, don't say it out loud. Let your noodle do the thinking. Here it goes. Hold on. Look at this one. I took the first equation and I solved for y. But look at the entire system. Do you see anything particular here? Or the y's are by themselves, right? Okay. Talk it over to your neighbor, see if they see what you see on this one, please. Okay, who saw it? Abraham. Let's see. Why did I solve on this one for x? Because the x's are by themselves. Everybody see that? So that would be step one. Check this out. Look up, please. Look up. So if this is my first step, what would be my second step? Tell your neighbor, please. What would be my second step here? All right, Andrew, tell me what to write for step 2 right here. What do I write? Hands if you agree with that. That is correct. Why is that? Because what is x? Y plus 5. On the first equation, instead of x, what did we write? Y plus 5. And we bring everything else over. Are we there? That was step 2. Do we know what to do from there? Everybody know what to do from there? All right. Copy that. Finish it off, please. I'll give you a head start, and then I'll go over the rest of the process if you get the same thing. Copy that and go. All right, let's see. Haley, step 3. What do I do? Huh? Yeah, so what do I do here? 3y plus 5 equals, continue. -6, and lastly, y equals. Hands if you got that. That is correct. Let's go to step number 4. All right, tell me what to do for step number 4. Haley, pass someone. So the y, substitute -2, bring down everything, x equals, and then plus 5. Therefore, x equals 3. Hands if you got that. All right? Step 5. Andrew. 3, comma. Okay, what is that called? Write the coordinates. That is correct. Hands if you got it to right there. What's our last step? Check. Okay, so we write x plus 2y equals -1 and x minus y equals 5. And we substitute our values. What is x? 3. What is y? -2. 3, -2. All right, let's see. Bring down the plus the 2 parentheses equals -1. 3, what is 2 times -2? -4 equals -1. What is 3 minus 4? -1 equals to -1. Is that true? Yes. This one, bring down the minus. That means this is in the parentheses. What is negative times the negative? +2. What is 3 plus 2? Is 5 equal to 5? Yes, that's true. So therefore now we can write what? Solution. Show me with the fingers one more time how comfortable you are up to right now. Some 4s, 5s, 4s, 5s, 4s, 5s. Some of you have like funky fingers. 4s, 5s, 4s, 5s. All right. No, funky because they're dancing. Get it? Funky. Anyways, all right. So now that we have the process, now we have to come up with words to write our steps in the Cornell notes. So you turn your paper over. Here we go. I'm going to guide you through that. Yeah, where you wrote steps, right? In the back of your Cornell notes? Yeah, from the beginning. Remember you skipped the whole front page? All right. So look up, please. Guys, look up. So on the first system, I started with the first equation and I solved for y. However, for the second system, I started with the second equation and I solved for x. So how can we generalize the very first step in solving using substitution? Talk it over your neighbor. What would be the first step? All right. Who's got step 1? Daniel B. Okay, choose either to solve for x or y. Okay, how can we generalize that? Maya. The ones that is alone, that like the lonely one. Okay, you're close, Andrew. Determine which variable is by itself. Okay, let's write that. Determine which variable is, let's use the word from Maya, alone. And then what do we do? Once we determine which variable is alone, what do we do? Yeah. Solve for the variable. No, it's still this first step. We solve for the variable. Yeah, it's still the first step. Solve for the variable. We solve for the variable of which equation? The first or the second? So solve for the variable of one equation. Either one. Yeah. Step 2. So we solved one of the equations for one variable. There it is. Oh, right here. Sorry, right here. What do we do from here? From here to there. We've got step 2. Danny. Substitute the value of the variable. Where? Into the other equation. Into the other equation. Substitute the value of the variable into the other equation. Very good. Substitute the value of the variable into the other equation. All right. Step 3, everyone. What do we do here in step 3? Everyone. Solve for the variable. What do we do in step 4? Substitute what? The value of the other variable Where at? No. Where it belongs. Really? Substitute the value of the variable into the other equation. Substitute the value of the other variable into the other equation. That was step 4. Step 5. Write the coordinate. Bam. Write the coordinate. Alvaro from the corner. Right. Gavin, my bad. Gavin from the corner. Write the coordinate. Write the coordinate. And step 6, check. That is correct. Step 6, check. See how simple that was? Yeah, it's a long process, but it's doable, right? All right. Now check this out. For your home plate, it would be on pages 290 to 291, numbers 1 through 11 only. Now, we're not done. Let me just show you one last thing before we go there. Everybody got the home plate, yes? All right. So once again, the home plate is from pages 290 to 291, 1 through 11. So now, watch. You're going to get some word problems in the home plate that look something like this. Let me give you a word problem. Check this out. It says, example 5. Liz is deciding between 2 cell phone plans. The Verizon plan has a $75 sign-up fee that costs $100 per month, and the KT&T plan has no sign-up fee and costs $125 a month. Right? I'm telling you, I got this. Write a system, solve it, and interpret the solution. And then, of course, you're going to answer the question that it has. Now, how many plans are they talking about? So what do? 2 lines down. 1, 2, 1 across. Verizon, KT&T, and total. Here in the total, this time, we're going to write our system. Now, check this out. I'm going to write first the equation for Verizon. How much do they charge from the get-go? So it's plus 75. How much do they charge a month? But since we don't know how many months, what would I write? 100x. But now, since we are in 2 variable equations, this is what? Equal to what? Y. So that's my first equation. Y equals 100x plus 75. Are we there so far? Let's go with the other one. KT&T. KT&T, they don't charge anything up front. How much a month? 125, and that's what? X. And since it's in 2 variable, we write what? Y equal to that. If I write that in here, is that doable? Do we know how to use substitution method for this? So, question, aren't these already solved for 1 variable? So watch. What is y here? 125x. So instead of writing y here, what do I write? And then equals to? Does that look familiar? You solve for x, substitute, solve for y, and that's how you get your solution. We got it? All right. So once again, a home play for tonight, pages 290, 291, numbers 1 through 11 only. Good one, guys. There is tutoring. If I don't see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Before you leave, can you put away the iPad, please? Abraham, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Charge.